Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. This is Put a Ring on It, season 2, episode 6, you guys. We are coming down to the last couple of episodes. I would assume, I think so, I believe. But anyway, y'all, from the preview for next week, let me just tell you, I'm not going to drag Darian just yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till the episode airs and I really get the tea and I get the dirt, and then I'm going to drag him for the freaking filth that he is, okay? Okay, y'all, so I just hope that y'all can't hear my downstairs neighbor music, because for some reason he want to have a whole, concert downstairs, okay? So I hope y'all can't hear it. I'm just annoyed at the fact that I just want to go down there and yell at him, like, can you turn that SHIT down? Can you do that for me? At least till I finish filming my video. But no, he can't do that. And my freaking cat is under the table trying to bite my leg. So at this point, y'all, I hope this review come out fine. That's all I got to say. Let's get into this review. So the episode picks up exactly where it left off, okay? We trying to figure out why Kai don't want to go on another date with Darian, okay? She says he out here living like a free man. He just want to keep going on dates after dates after dates with Kai. So she's not here for it, okay? Somehow them two just start going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Dr. Nicole was like, y'all let me know when y'all done. Y'all done? Y'all let me know when y'all done. Are y'all done? Because y'all, they was like really going at it. I'm like, y'all need to just cut it out. Dr. Cole was like, Kai is not the problem, okay? This process is not the problem. Y'all been having problems way before y'all even got here, okay? The point of this process is to learn how to move forward and get through the problems, okay? Y'all keep arguing about the same old stuff. You don't blame it on Kai. Don't blame it on this process. Don't blame it on none of that. Y'all been had these problems, okay? The point of this is to fix these problems. Y'all just can't get that together. They just can't get it together. Y'all, I'm going to try not to be as biased as I can with the information that I know from the preview, okay? I'm going to try to ride this review out how it's supposed to be done for the episode and the episode alone, okay? So don't come at me crazy in the comments if I say something that y'all might not agree with based on what we know, okay? Okay, so Dr. Nicole tells them, okay, LaRonda, Sean, Eric, new dates, okay? Alexia, Jessica, second dates, and Dorian, I'm gonna let you take a break from Kyle, okay? Focus on yourself and your relationship with Jessica. I need y'all to do that. Now, this is my thing. If he said he didn't want to go on another date with Kai, why did Dr. Nicole say take a break from Kai this week? Like, she enforcing him to go on another date with this woman, okay? I guess because she didn't feel like his answer was sincere. So this week, since he said no, he's going to focus on himself and take Alexia out on a date. Y'all, I was just sitting here like, if the man want to go with her, let's just let him go with her, okay? If he say he done with her, then let him be done with her. But what we not going to do is get his man all this, fiddle-faddle, back and forth opportunity, okay? Either he said yes or he said no. And he said no, so why are we taking a break from Kai for this week? It's the foolishness for me at this point. I'm annoyed with that whole situation, okay? So Jessica's date comes to pick her up, okay? And he brings her a rose, a single red rose. And she's just loving this rose. She's like, look, he got me a rose. He got me a rose. And Eric was like, you don't even like roses. She was like, well, I like this rose. He like, you don't even like roses. So he asked her date, so like, what you trying to do with her? He says, I'm just trying to get to know her. So then he says, so what kind of connection you trying to build? He said, I'm just letting it, flow. I'm just going with the flow and let it vibe out and see how it rolls out, okay? Now, what Sean did say in his confessional was that, listen, okay, if Eric is doing what he's supposed to do, he ain't got nothing to worry about. But if he not doing what he's supposed to do, then he got something to worry about. I said, that's how it goes, okay? Do what you supposed to do and you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. You don't need to be sitting up here asking me what's my intentions, okay? If you doing what you supposed to do, your woman ain't gonna go nowhere. Now, if she not, don't be mad when I come in there and swoop her up, because, honey, that is Sean's plan. Sean's plan is to come swoop her up, okay? Now, listen. Eric says he feels some type of way because he feels as though she's actually building a connection with this dude, and the way she talks about the connection that they're building is really making him feel some type of way deep down inside, okay? He's trying to keep his composure, but he ready to explode because he feels like it could be something more than what she's telling him. Okay. So LaRonda wants to have a conversation with Sean, okay? Because she wants to, talk about their communication and how they can learn to fight fair, okay? He says, do you want me to tread lightly or do you want me to be honest? She's like, be open and honest as you could possibly be, okay? That's the point of this conversation. And I was like, what does he mean by tread lightly? See, that's that poking that she said that he be doing, okay? Now, she asked him, what do you need from me so we can have better communication? He says, I need you to tell me what you're doing. I need you to tell me where you're going. Like, for instance, one time she went traveling and she was like, oh, look at the, here's the people I'm with. And she was in a room with 3 guys. And I was like, I can understand that. At least let me know you out if you're going to be out with 3 guys. Like, dang, that's a lot. That's a lot. Especially y'all in that hotel room together. And she's like, well, I just do things at the whim. But all the time, I let you know. More times out of none, I let you know where I'm going, who I'm with. He's just not trying to hear that. So then he says, I feel like this conversation isn't being fair. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think I can do for you? Okay. So she says, we need to find a way to fight fair. He says, I feel like the way I communicate is less toxic. Okay. I usually, don't say anything. I usually just, hold on to it for a little while, but you go in for the kill. Like, you just go right for it. Okay. And she was sitting there like, yeah, you may say that, but the way that you handle things is you sit there and you nitpick and you poke at it and you do that all while holding on to those feelings. And I said, see, that's the problem. The problem isn't the fact that, they can't figure out how to fight fair. It's just that he feels his way is better than her way. Honestly, I feel like if there's a problem, address the freaking problem. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better than holding on to it and just saying slick little comments and making smart remarks here and there, because that causes more confrontation. If he was more straightforward and just said what he had to say when he had to say it, they wouldn't even probably get into that big of an argument, because they probably could have that conversation and let it go. But because she goes after him with what she feel, okay, and then he makes smart side comments, as little smart remarks here and there, it becomes something that lingers on and on and on and on. She said, I'm kind of over it. Like, I'm to the point where I just shut down. I feel like there's no point in even communicating, okay? She says, I hate when I'm being told that I'm lying. He said, well, I hate being lied to. And I'm just sitting here like, did we not learn anything from Dr. Nicole about our feelings are not facts, okay? Just because you feel some type of way about something don't mean that the girl is sitting there lying. If she's telling you what it is and you want to sit there and say she's still lying to you, then you don't trust her. And that just is what it is. Obviously, and you know what, y'all? When LaRonda sat there and was like, cool, okay, she was so calm. She had that look on her face, the tone in her voice just said, I'm over this man. I'm so through with him. He don't even know it, okay? It was like she was trying to have a conversation and he kept saying his way was the better way. He kept saying the way he handled things is the best way. It's like everything that LaRonda was trying to have a conversation about, he wasn't trying to hear a resolve. He just wanted to say, well, I don't like being lied to. Oh, I think you fight more I think I fight less toxic. Oh, I feel as though you don't tell me where you going. And she's like, I clearly do. It's like everything is wrong with LaRonda and Sean has no fault in any of their problems. It takes 2 people to have a problem, honey. It takes 2 people to argue. So you mean to tell me that all the issues stem from her and you over here being the best man you could possibly be? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it, okay? From what I saw, I still don't believe it. And I'm just going to have to say it is what it is at this point. And I think LaRonda is kind of to the point where she kind of fed up. When some girl had no emotion, she sat there, she took it, and I could tell that's what she usually do. Just listen to him talk about how great he is. So when LaRonda's date to come pick her up, he opens the door looking like a child, okay? He like, oh, she'll be right here. He walks away like, your date here. He says he's not going to let the man in because him and LaRonda are not seeing eye to eye, so he's not even going to invite that into his house like everything is okay. He's not even going to act like he want to, interrogate the guy over her, because at this point, it seemed like he just don't give a F, okay? That's what I got from what he said. Okay, I'm not going to invite him in because we not seeing eye to eye right now, and I don't want to act like everything is okay. Either way, you should want to know and figure out what's going on with the man that's taking your woman out. When Sir James was up in there, sir, you had so many questions. You were so concerned. Are you losing that? Are you losing that? Or did you take a look at him and say, oh, I don't have anything to be worried about today? Let her go. Sean works on me, y'all. I keep telling y'all he work on me so bad, so bad. So now Alexia is on her second date with Monty, okay? And they sitting down or whatever the case may be. He asked her, like, so what made you give me a second date or whatever? She was like, yeah, it was cool. So he's sitting there like, oh, she look like $1,000,000. She looks so gorgeous outside them basketball clothes, okay? While they sitting there talking, we found out that he used to be in the music group back in the day too, and I was like, Lord, not these old rappers trying to come back, okay? But she was like, with the cross-eyed. He was like, what's that about? She was like, yeah, my dude do music. He was like, professionally, and she was like, yeah, and he just gave up on his whole story about his past music, okay? I was just sitting here like, okay, insecure a little bit, all right? But she just don't want to discuss him. She don't want to talk about him. They ain't got nothing. She's over it, okay? At this point, she's done with Dorian and Hermione. She just want to focus a little bit on Monty, okay? So Monty is basically looking at the whole situation, and based off of her, you know, what she got to say and how she feels so strongly about not wanting to bring him into this situation, he was like, then maybe you need to leave him. And I was like, say it louder for the people in the back. Matter of fact, whisper it so that she can, like, you know, try to hear you, because she ain't trying to hear it. She definitely ain't trying to hear it, okay? But he said, and when you do, make sure you let me know. And I sat there and I was like, right, Alexia. So you know what I think it is starting to be with Alexia? I feel as though she feels like she's been in this relationship so long that she can't find nobody better. She won't be able to find no one who will treat her the way Dorian treats her, whatever the case may be. And I think that she's just scared to let it go. And I'm like, girl, it's better to let it go than to sit and be sorry. So now Jessica is on her second date, okay, with Sean, and they're out and they're going hiking, and she's just happy that they're not hiking in a lot of mud because that's not her type of thing, okay? So she was like, so what are you looking for? He was like, I'm not really looking for anything. I just wanted to like fall out of the sky into my lap. She was like, oh, so you just wanted to fall into your lap, huh? He was like, yeah, if I fall, you gonna fall into my lap? I said, ooh, the flirtation is coming out today, okay? Jessica just wants to get a feel for him without the drinking. She wants to see if the connection that they had is really real without the being impaired by the alcohol, okay? She don't want to blame it on the alcohol. But anyway, y'all, Sean is laying it on heavy, okay? He's sitting here telling the girl that, you know, he like her and she's beautiful and she's everything that he want. He can see through her, okay? He can see through, I mean, of course she's pretty, but I can see through you. And I was sitting here like, it's date number 2, sir. You sure you can see through her? Okay, everybody always say that on the first date and the second date. Everybody always trying to get to know each other. Conversation is going to be popping in the beginning because it's fresh, it's new. You're starting getting to know this person. It's once you start getting to know this person that you can end up on put a ring on it. That's all I got to say. But anyway, she's definitely feeling it. She's loving all the attention. Like I said, because she loves attention, of course, okay? She says that she likes the fact that he's telling her and being open with his emotions because Eric does not do that. And I just wanted to know, like, did Eric always not do this, or did he switch up and just stop doing this? Because obviously if this was something he did do, then maybe he needs to start, you know, tell him that you need that reassurance. And y'all might be able to fix this, okay? Y'all keep talking about the communication and the emotions and all this other stuff, but y'all are not really connecting together to figure out what y'all can give each other. Y'all keep bringing up the issues, but we're not finding any resolve. And we on 6 weeks in, right? So, like, what are we doing? What are we doing, you guys? Sean is going on his date, and you know he finds her very attractive. She's a model or whatever the case may be. Beautiful girl. LaRonda's going on her date now. She's not really attracted to him at first sight or whatever the case may be. He's a little bit older, so she's a little taken back or whatever. But they having a good vibe. Now, Sean is over there, y'all, doing yoga with old girl. Now, they got their legs out and they pulling arms and they reaching. And she was like, and I was like, what the hell? Is this what I'm watching? I was like, did she moan? What was the purpose? Okay. Y'all, it was like hilarious to me. Like, I fell out. Like, is she moaning? Like, girl, okay. So, Sean is just like, at this point, I'm kind of like thinking like, I might need to go home. I might need to go home. And I was like, your little man started jumping. He started jumping. You ain't know how to compose yourself or handle yourself, okay? You remember that you're working on trusting yourself, right? Okay. So, LaRonda is talking to her date, and she finds out that, you know, they're both into marketing. So she's really starting to get a good vibe for him. Of course, he has children because if he's older, and it's kind of hard to find a lot of older men and women without children. So that's kind of expected. She asks him, does because he want more. He says, of course I want more, but I would have to be married, okay? So she's really feeling his energy. She's really getting a vibe for him. And I think that LaRonda might need someone older. And I can't remember if Sean is older or they the same age or younger or whatever the case may be. But LaRonda seems like she needs someone older, a little bit more on her level. You know, they both got good jobs. They both want to travel. He wants more kids. She wants more kids. He wants to be married. She wants to be married. Sounds like this, you know, they got all the things in place, okay? Sean is still trying to figure himself out, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that in the time that LaRonda needs him to do that. So with that being said, I think her dating an older man might actually be good for her. Just saying. So Dr. Nicole goes to meet with Alexia, okay, because, you know, Alexia feels like she needs to, you know, talk to her one-on-one so she can, you know, understand what's going on. So the first thing Alexia says that she doesn't feel like Dorian hears her. He doesn't let her talk. He's always talking over her. So Dr. Nicole says, do you feel like you lost your voice? She's like, absolutely. Of course I do, okay? So Dr. Nicole asked her, like, listen, over the last 14 years on y'all on and off relationship, when y'all was off, do you feel as though he was in other relationships? And Alexia was like, well, he says he ain't. He says he wasn't, but there's 3 kids that came out of this. And I was sitting here like, girl, did you actually believe that he wasn't if 3 kids came out of this? Like, he couldn't even man up and tell you the truth, and he got 3 kids out of y'all break? Like, what was he out here doing? How long was the break for? Was this every other time that y'all went on a break that he just went and got somebody pregnant? Like, what is the storyline? Because I'm confused as to why you're still here on this show trying to get this man to put a ring on your finger. I just don't get it, okay? So Dr. Nicole asked her, so did this hurt you? She's like, yes, but we wasn't together, so I feel like I can't argue it. And I'm just like, if it hurt you that much and you want to argue about it, then maybe you need to evacuate yourself from this relationship then, okay? Don't feel like you need to hold on to that because y'all wasn't together, so it's okay for him to go have all these babies and this, that, and the other, and you know you want a baby and you want to be married and you want all of this, but he out here just doing him, okay? Every time y'all decide that y'all not going to be together for a month. Okay, where did the love go in that month? Did y'all break up so he could just go cheat? So he could go be free and have, you know, sex with whoever he want and no one can say anything about it because y'all not together? And the fact that she doesn't bring it up and she doesn't address her feelings about the whole situation because she feels as though she can't argue it, gives him the upper hand. All the time. Every time Dorian feels as though something's not going right, he probably is the one that said, we need to go take a break. Go out there, cheat on her, and go have a baby. But I didn't cheat on you because we wasn't together. I could feel the cycle and the cycle and the cycle and the cycle just going over and over and over between them two for the last 14 years. Girl, I know you are exhausted. I'm exhausted. And it's only been me watching this for 6 weeks. And you've been living this for 14 years. Okay? Now, she does say that she gave up her true love, which was basketball, for him, okay? She felt as though she was the reason why they couldn't get it together because she was playing basketball and she wasn't here. So she felt as though if she retired, she would be here and things would be better. And I'm like, no, girl, because if that man really loves you, he would support you doing whatever it is you do. The same way you support him in his so-called rap career, honey. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love because of somebody else. Because you feel as though they can't control themselves because you're not there. If that man loves you, he should have been where you was at, you know, being there, supporting you at your games instead of out here living his best freaking life having babies. Just saying. Okay, it shows that you love him way more than he loves you, and that's exactly what you said. It feels like you love him more than he loves you, and it's obvious because you gave up your dreams, your hopes, your passions, and everything to go follow this man who wouldn't even come and follow you. So Eric goes on his date, okay, and when he sees her, he's like, when he sees her, he's like, yes, she's my type, okay? She's definitely my type, nice body, she's pretty, okay? And I was like, mister, I need that. I need depth. Don't look like you need that much depth because you was excited about this date, okay? He said, I'm willing, I want to see what she working with, okay? Because now they playing volleyball. He feels as though going out to dinner is getting stale. Sometimes you just got to have some activity. It brings up more conversation. You know, it's fun. And I can agree. I think when you guys do something like, you know, go to an arcade or go bowling, it's a little bit more to enjoy, jokes, you know, competition. It's not so serious as sitting in front of each other at a dinner trying to figure out what y'all want to talk about. And then next thing you know, you arguing because y'all got to bring up all y'all issues in front of this table, okay? Because y'all ain't got nothing else to speak on. Now, They sit down, they start talking. We found out that she's been divorced, so she's not in no rush to get married, okay? She's been there, she's done that. She just wants it to, you know, flow, go natural, and it is what it is. And I think for Eric, that was just like, dang, 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 dang. I know if I, you know, talk to this girl, I ain't got to worry about, you know, her pushing me into marriage because she already been there, done that, okay? So he asked her what happened in her last relationship, and she was like, we just grew apart, you know? It was really nothing that really broke us up, but we grew apart. So she said, so do you want to grow with me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, just like that? Just like that? You ready to grow with her? Like, y'all literally had one date. Y'all sat down for 2 seconds and now y'all grown together. Okay, make it make sense because I'm confused. So now Alexia and Dorian, y'all, I'm hot. I'm sorry if I start looking sweaty. It's hot, y'all. This ring light got me hot. But anyway, Alexia and Dorian actually go on a date. And I was like, that girl done gave in. He said he controlled the temperature in the room and convinced her to go out with him, okay? When they sit down, he's talking about, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you, okay? She was like, I just want you to hear me. I want you to hear me. He was like, well, I feel like you don't be listening to me either. Overall, y'all, she want him to give up the condo. And he was like, well, then I got some issues I got too, like your friends. Like the ones sending you the heart text messages and whatever, the googly eyes under the pictures. Okay, what about him? She was like, no. And he was like, what you mean no? She was like, you give up the condo and then we could talk about it. And he was like, okay, I'll give up the condo. And I was like, is that simple? So y'all been fighting 14 years over a condo that he was willing to give away that fast? So y'all telling me that this issue is not as big as you think the issue is? Because homegirl, why you just didn't ask him to do this a long time ago? Or maybe she did and he said no. But anyway, he said she's happy now. They're in the best place ever because he decided to give up the condo for her. No, it would have took a lot more than that. A lot more than that. For her, that's the center of their whole problem. And I'm like, sis, that's not your problem. It's not the condo, because whatever he was doing in that condo, he just gonna find someplace else to do it. Okay? That's why it's gonna be so easy for him to give it up, because now he ain't gotta pay rent on it. So everyone comes meet back up with Dr. Nicole, and Alexia gets to go first to talk about her date, okay? She says her date was dope, it was fun, it was good. So Dr. Nicole says, what was different, you know, in that that date than it is with Dorian? She was like, we just communicated, he listened to me and talked, but I feel like Dorian is doing so much better now. And then Jessica said what I said, okay? Jessica took the words right out of my mouth. It's been a week, and y'all changed already, and it's great? Oh, okay. Because that's exactly how I felt, y'all. I was like, seriously? Y'all had that one little dinner. He said he was giving up the condo. Now y'all in the best place that it could ever be, okay? Dr. Nicole said, so what did y'all communicate and what did y'all come to the conclusion of, okay? She said that he's going to give up the condo. And Dr. Nicole was like, so do you feel like the condo is a part of the whole problem? She was like, for me, yes. I'm like, girl, if you feel as though the condo is the biggest part of your problems, you got a lot of issues going on that you're not paying attention to, sis. You paying attention to the wrong stuff. The wrong stuff, if you ask me. But anyway, they happy or whatever the case may be today. They in the best place ever because he's giving up the condo. Now, Dr. Nicole asked her would she like to go on a second date. She said although he was cool and fun, she was just getting real friendship vibes, so she don't want to go on another date, okay? So then Dr. Nicole asked Dorian, do you want to go on another date with Kai? And he says, you know what? No, I'm done. I'm enjoying what I got going on with Alexia. We're in a good place, and I'm not even going to open Pandora's box now. Now, you're not going to open Pandora's box. Now you're not going to open Pandora's box. Oh, is it because it already been opened, Dorian? But anyway, Dr. Nicole said, that's cool, but you still got to go meet with her and give her some closure because y'all been on all these freaking dates. And what we not going to do is just let you walk away and not explain to this girl why, especially after you told us last week that she was having feelings for you. I said, that's right, okay? You don't get the chance to just walk away scot-free after you done had your fun. Now you don't have to answer to nobody. That's not how this works. So I'm glad that Dr. Nicole sent him to go do the job that needed to be done. Don't be a coward. Man up and say what you got to say because you was so willing to tell her all the issues. So I need you to go in there and explain your part now, sir. So now we get to Jessica, and Jessica says that, you know, she really enjoyed that, you know, he was that her date was willing to, you know, express his emotions and his feelings, and that he actually said that he was, like, you know, liking her a lot, or whatever case may be, but she really liked the way that they communicated. Then Eric said, you know what, I'm good. I'm happy that she's learning how to communicate now. I just hope that she could bring that skill home. And I was like, thank you, Eric. Okay, take it for what it is. Now bring the skills home, sis, because that's what I've been asking from you the whole time. So then Dr. Nicole asked him about his date, and he said that it was very good. They had good conversation. It felt good not to have to hold the whole conversation by himself or whatever the case may be. And she was very, 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 very pretty. So, you know, Jessica feels some type of way because it's like, of course y'all was going to have good conversation. Y'all was just getting to know each other. And I was like, duh, ain't that the same thing that could have happened with you? Okay, so Dr. Nicole was like, do y'all not notice that y'all do the same thing to each other? And I was like, it just happened right in front of us. Y'all did the same exact thing to each other. And she was like, but you're just not willing to look in the mirror and realize that that's you. You doing the same thing that you doing. She's like, he just be asking me so many questions. He's like, because I want answers. If I'm asking you something, it's because I want to know. And she was like, no, but you just be asking and asking and asking. That's frustrating. That's annoying. That's tiring. So Dr. Nicole was like, are you interrogating her? He was like, no, I'm asking a question. And I feel like if there's no reason for her to hide anything, then she should have no problem answering the question. She's like, but I don't want to be interrogated. You can ask me questions, and if I choose to answer them or I answer them, it is what it is. You just let it go. Dr. Nicole said, listen, this is not what y'all supposed to do. He like, so I'm not supposed to ask no questions. And she was like, listen, you're supposed to ask the questions, and if she doesn't ask the question, then if she doesn't answer the question, then you tell her what you need from her instead of sitting there engaging and poking and interrogating her with more questions. Why not just say, I need for you to let me know what's going on because I feel as though you may be catching feelings. If that's the case, then can you give me a heads up? If that's not the case, then can we just have a conversation about, you know, what you enjoyed and what you didn't enjoy and how that can make us better? There's a way to ask questions without interrogating somebody, Eric, okay? But I'm not going to act like I don't think Jessica do the same thing, because I'm sure sis do, because they are one and the same. They are literally like the same person. They keep asking each other for the same thing, but somehow can't seem to give it to each other. I don't know. So Jessica wants another date, and so does Eric. And I'm just like, okay, is it even playing field? Kinda, because I think this would be Jessica's third date, and this would be his second. But either way, they getting something that they both missing. So good for them. So we get to LaRonda, and LaRonda says, you know what? I wasn't initially attracted to him. He was much older. But after talking to him and getting to know him, I really like him. I like him, and I would like to go on another date with him and see what that's about, okay? So then Sean says that he doesn't want to go on another date with his date, even though she was nice, she was beautiful, because he just don't want to, you know, push it. He choose LaRonda. So Dr. Nicole said, you do this every single date. He was like, but I'm supposed to choose LaRonda, ain't I? And she was like, yes, but you're supposed to choose LaRonda because you want to, not because you feel as though you can't trust yourself to go on another date with another woman. That's not how this works. The point of this process is to push yourself beyond your own boundaries. Every time you get this close to feel like you're about to do something, you sit there and you don't push yourself to actually learn to trust yourself. You are working off of fear of losing LaRonda, not fear that the fact that you can't handle another date with somebody, okay? And I was just sitting here like, thank you, Dr. Nicole, because he don't get it, okay? Every time he feel like, first of all, why is every woman for you showing perfect? Why? Every woman this man done went on a date with, every week he feels as though she's perfect. And then he cannot go on another date with them because she's perfect. Every woman, y'all, and I'm just sitting here like, his weakness for women is horrible. Horrible. I don't think he's ever met a woman that he don't like. And that's just my opinion. And that just is what it is, okay? Now, y'all, listen. I'm ready for next week. And that's all I got to say. This was Put a Ring on It, okay? And I hope, y'all, that I can do a good drag, because y'all know I've been fiending for a drag since Married at First Sight went off, okay? So I need it. I want it. I crave it. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later on this week. I'll see you in the open chat on Wednesday for Married at First Sight. Have a nice day. Peace.